お前の道はここで終わりだ。見せてその先の力というもの。ブリーチ、ブレイブソウルズ。
Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy the Deathsmasher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Parasol video. And today we're back again with yet another Before You Summon video. And we have ourselves brand new Burn the Witch characters, and this time it's Ninny and Noel in their Halloween outfits. And it's pretty good to see some Halloween characters because the last actual Halloween units we've ever gotten was in like 2019, so seeing this is actually a nice change of pace. Now, here, keep in mind, this is a Burn the Witch banner, so these characters don't typically return for, like, who knows how long, and if you guys want to summon for it, go for it. But that being said, I don't feel too, you know, good with how they did the characters, and I'm gonna explain my whole entire reason as to why, but in any case, if you guys want to summon because these are your favorite characters, then go for it. Don't let my opinion stop you, but I'm just gonna give you guys what I think as a whole with the banner, because in my opinion, Ninny and Noel are good, but I just feel like that they kind of lowered the quality of how these characters play out compared to the Parasol characters that we got back in the end of the month of April. So in my opinion, yeah, they are kind of weaker in that kind of sense, but I'm gonna get into why soon. And this entire banner is just these two characters as the only Burn the Witch characters, so there are no Burn the Witch fillers. However, we have ourselves a nice set of characters that we can pull from here. Yes, all of these characters are premium, but some of these characters just have a lot more value that you can use out of compared to, like, you know, most of the older Burn the Witch characters, because I have to be 100% honest with you guys, most of the Burn the Witch units are kind of unusable now, and even the Christmas ones, they just been replaced by better characters. Seeing this kind of lineup of characters, in my opinion, is actually quite nice. You have yourself 4 really good characters to pull from here, and 3 really good links as a whole. I got no complaints about this banner, and more importantly, this banner does feature the pity system. So once you go to 25 steps, once you have done 5.5k orbs, you're going to be able to get yourself a 5-star ticket that you can choose and guarantee yourself between Ninny and Noel. So yeah, if you guys want the characters, then pretty much you guys can go 25 steps deep and actually walk away with one of the Burn the Witch characters, which is actually very damn good as a whole. That being said, considering Parasol Burn the Witch has not returned yet, it leads me to believe that sometime around the beginning of this month, before the Burn the Witch collaboration ends, we're gonna get a rerun of the Parasol characters, and all the other Burn the Witch characters will be returning as fillers. So if you guys don't care about these 2 units and want to go for the Parasol one, you guys can, but don't expect to, like, you know, go 25 steps deep and have the ticket where you can actually pull the Parasol characters, because sadly, the pity system is pretty much only reserved for new characters and not reruns, which is, in my opinion, quite stupid if you ask me. But now, it's time to go ahead and break down the characters and what I think about these 2 Burn the Witch characters. And of course, we're also going to break down the fillers, because in my opinion, these fillers are really good. Now, let's start off with Ninny, which I'm still kind of skeptical about, because in base, she basically plays like a post-6th anniversary character. By that, I mean back then when they started to ramp up the characters and make them have, like, Frenzy +1 with 40% Berserker or Havoc, sometime a bit of Full Stam. Basically, those were how the characters played back then. And Ninny, they kind of kept most of her good stuff locked behind the gauge mechanic, because look at what she gets. On gauge, she gains an additional Frenzy and 100% Berserker. And to top it all off, she even has the 50% SP boost upon activating the gauge, also can heal by 30%, and also has Star Gauge of 70%. So at the very least, once you use a couple strong attacks, you'll be able to activate it instantly. But yeah, on base, she only has Frenzy +1 with Berserker 40 and a full stamina damage boost of 20%. But she does come armed with a new skill called Gauge Rampage. It's similar to the Rampage skill that we have for, like, Unohana and Kilgate, where once you have killed 50 enemies, you gain 100% damage. Here, it pretty much works the opposite way. Basically, once you have killed enemies, it'll help out with filling up the gauge faster and being able to activate it again over and over and over again, which is, in my opinion, quite good. I do like this. This should have been a thing for like the Gage characters upon release. Like, imagine Thousand Year Blower Aizen and 7th Anniversary Uryu having that. That would have been sick, if you guys ask me. But I'm not a big fan of how they locked the additional Frenzy as a Gage mechanic. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's really all that good. Like in base, if you compare this character to Bruno, this character is gonna be hitting a lot less, even though she does have the Gage Rampage. I don't know. I'm very skeptical about this character. I can't give my solid judgment on this, but if you guys ask me, she's pretty much number 2 of the Mind characters that we have on the list, right beneath White, and I do think that White is just going to be a lot better, even though they did give Ninny a much better kit, because she has the 750 AoE in front, a 960 full screen. Like, the kit, they definitely nailed. It's just the skills are a bit, I wouldn't say bad, but I wouldn't say broken either. Just good, not mid, good, if you guys know what I mean. And also, I just feel like it's so stupid how she didn't even get a secondary killer. Like, why? Come on. You have Sharpshooter. Why not? Why? Bro, every single Burn the Witch characters that we have gotten, they've always gotten double killers. And the one time we get a Burn the Witch banner, they don't? What? That being said, I do think that Ninny is really good. She's gonna pretty much age nicely. And for limit break requests, I do see a big usage with this character. But I'm still quite skeptical on it, okay? I can't make proper judgment on this character until she is out, so I can't say bad things. I can't say even positive things. It's just like, she just feels kind of weird, but that's just how I feel with Ninny. But at least she does have long strides, burn +1, and fire immunity, so yeah. In very hard GQ, we'll just have to wait and see how she performs, but like, I do think that she's still gonna be pretty good. And if you do not have her, just use, you know, wait, she's ranged, right? Yeah, she's ranged. Okay, that's just gonna change stuff, huh? I'm gonna have to check who's... Alright, Quincy Ichigo. I forget about him. Yeah. Alright, going into Noel, lads, I have to be 100% honest with you guys. I have more negative feelings about this character, and I'm way more skeptical on this character compared to Ninny, because, okay, sure, Ninny, most of her good stuff is locked behind the Gage, but once she activates the Gage, she becomes a goddess. Here, it's like, what were they thinking with this character? So, let me just go and get right into it, right? For guild quests, keep in mind, we do have the very hard GQ difficulty incoming, and they have completely killed off nuke runs. How? Is because they introduced a spawning effect for the enemies where they have invincibility frames, meaning that you're only going to be able to nuke a couple waves, but not the entire 5 waves to the point that you can get sub 1. So if you guys are thinking of summoning for Noel, just to 5-5 her for GQ, I hate to be the guy that bursts the bubbles, but you're not going to be able to do that. You're not even going to be able to do it with Yamamoto, with Okiura, with White, or Bambietta. No, you're not. No way. Hell no. Because getting right into Noel, okay, she only has a Soul Reaper killer, just like Ninny, and you're not, screw it. The past 1000 Year Blower banner, they also didn't have double killers, even though it was a bit of a miss. They still ended up being really good. And matter of fact, I'd even argue to say that Killgate's better than Noel. So, yeah. Contact creature's time of -12%, has Havoc of 20%, Sprinter +1, and Paralysis immunity. Okay, fine, okay. Frenzy +1, 80% SP boost, weaken defense, damage to drained and weakened enemies, and Bombardment +1 with Berserker 40. So, yeah, this is basically Power 1000 Year Blower Yamamoto, but with a worse SA1 because Noel has the 18% shave. Look, I've been defending the 18% shave strong attack a lot since 8th Anniversary Ichigo because everyone and their mother was hating on him when the dude was busted. When this kind of case for Noel, because she doesn't have increased status ailment chance, it's definitely not going to be the greatest for when it comes to inflicting status ailments or being able to kill off enemy mobs as a whole. Even though she does have the 916 Toming Vortex, look, I have to be honest with you guys, it really does not mean anything because a lot of the units that we have gotten nowadays have gotten Frenzy +2 with 80% SP boost and even increased status ailment chance. We've been getting Frenzy with 80% SP boost and increased status ailment chance as well. It's like, what were they thinking? And the one thing that really pisses me off is, bro, what the fuck is follow-up doing here? Now, for those of you guys that don't understand what follow-up is, it's a skill that allows you to attack downed enemies with your normal attack string. This is an SP-based character. You're not going to kill enemy mobs with your normal attacks. You're gonna use your strong attacks, and even without follow-up, you can already kill downed enemies with just the use of your strong attacks. What were they thinking? This skill should have been increased status element chance against all mind mobs in Bruiser 20%, should have been fucking full stamina damage boost. What were they thinking with this character? What were they thinking? Come on. Like, Yama had better set of skills, and he's gonna perform better than Noel as an SP-based character as a whole, too. Like, what were they thinking? It's just so bullshit, man. Like, seriously. Now, she's still gonna be good, okay? Don't get me wrong. I think she's still gonna be amazing, but in terms of, like, you know, being a top 3 heart character, I have to be 100% honest. I don't feel that way with Noel whatsoever. Like, sure, you can still get the 80% SP boost, and she'll still be good for killing enemy mobs. She does have the 960 into homing vortex, so you can definitely get away with that, for sure. But it's like, what were they thinking with this character? They released a brand new nuker, and it's already too late because you're not even going to be able to fully utilize it in the new very hard GQ, right? Like, sure, you're going to be able to sub one in hard GQ, but like, let's be honest here. Most of the competitive guilds are going to be going towards the brand new difficulty, and that's it. They're not turning back. That's just how it is for, like, when it comes to competing in this game for guild quests. So yeah, Noel's still good. It's just, I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say about this, and I also am bummed out that she only picked up Frenzy +1 as well, because we've been getting characters that can nuke and still has Frenzy +2 with the 80% SP boost. I'm sorry, but this is kind of inexcusable, and that's why I think they kind of lowered the quality of these Burn the Witch characters as a whole. Like, compare this character to Parasol Bruno. Bruno is just going to be that much of a better character for Heart because he's got double killers. He's got way more consistent damage. And considering that nuke runs are being completely killed off, yeah. You guys get where I'm going with? And not to mention, since 8th anniversary, we've been getting top-of-the-line broken characters that are just really goddamn good. Like, if you look at 1000 Year Blow War, we had Retsu with 80% SP boost, Frenzy +2, and the Rampage skill. Hilge, same exact thing, even though he was kind of weaker than Retsu just because he didn't have the trap mechanic, right? And even then, we still had characters that pretty much do the same role of nuking like Noel, but just do it better as a whole, because we have Bambietta with Frenzy +2 and 80% SP boost, and even increased status element chance on top of that, and then you have White doing the exact same thing too. And even then, guess what? We still had characters like E-Burn and Chojiro, who weren't nukers or didn't have 80% SP boost, but had Frenzy +2 and were farmers to use. Like, they were also pretty damn good characters to use. And seeing how for end of the month we're getting characters with Frenzy +1, it's a bit iffy. Now, with Ninny's case in particular, she has most of her good stuff locked behind the gauge, but seeing as it is easy to get it, maybe, I don't know, I need to get my hands on her. She's gonna be broken, but Noel, I just feel like she's gonna be the one that kind of got the least amount of upgrades in this banner. So it is unfortunate, but if you guys want to summon because she's your favorite character, go ahead. Don't let me stop you from doing so. Like, if you like Noel, you simp for Noel, just do it. I'm not going to tell you not to summon. But yeah, that's just how I feel with this character as a whole, considering I like to be competitive in this game. I like my guild quests. I like my limit breaker quests. It's just not the character for me, if you guys ask me. Ninny is a bit more good. And now let's just go ahead and get right into the fillers of the banner and just break them down completely. Alright, going into the fillers, starting it off with 6th anniversary Aizen. He is by far the best aging character as a whole. And matter of fact, his DPS is actually going to be a bit more consistent than Noel, even though Noel can actually outdamage Aizen once she gets the 80% SP boost. But for most of the time, it's not going to be that crazy or impressive, to the point that, let's say you have Aizen 5-5, you're going to want to use this character. Like, his Soul Bomb isn't going to be as crazy as Noel, but it's just going to be better in the long run. Besides that, he also has a much better SA1, but he aged nicely. Look at what he has. He still has double killers of Soul Reaper and Captain Killer, full stamina damage boost of 20% with Frenzy +2. Also has hit underground enemies, sharpshooter. You cannot go wrong with that. Double status elements of weakening and drain, just like Noel. And godly kit too. Like, he has a 3k length beam with 1020 width, 916 homing vortex, full screen SA3. Just an amazing character, and I still use him. He's still one of my favorite characters to play as. It's crazy. Like, he aged so goddamn quickly. He aged like fine wine, and I'm still eating good. Up next is 7th anniversary Ichigo. Now, this guy does present the same problem as Halloween Noel, where he was pretty much made as a nuke. But like, here's the difference. 7th anniversary Ichigo came out at the right time when nuke runs were starting to become more and more and more of a thing. And his skill set helped out nicely with being able to get sub 1. He had the same soul bomb as the Christmas Noel, as a matter of fact, but just had it a bit more better because you could use it in 4 GQ rotations, being Soul Reaper and a Ronker Killer. And he was fantastic for doing so as well. However, he doesn't have increased status element chance, just like Noel, but does have the map-wide AoE skill of being able to inflict weakening and paralysis every 5 seconds, so it kind of does help in the long run as well. Frenzy +1 with 40% Berserker, 80% SP boost. Keep in mind, he did not have damage to weakened or paralyzed enemies, but like, he does have the double killer, so a bit more valuable than Noel in the long run. That being said, the only bad thing about this guy is pretty much just going to be the SA1, because he has the cross-shaped SA1. So like, very linear SA that hits in 4 directions. It's pretty damn annoying to use, and it's worse than the 18% shave. And matter of fact, the last character to get it was this CN right here, and never introduced ever since then, so thank God for that. However, godly SA2, 916 to homing vortex, and then the SA3 is full screen. So yeah, basically you're looking at Halloween Noel with double killers. Except, here's the difference. Ichigo came out at the right time. Noel, it's just way too late. I just don't understand what they were thinking there. Tensa, this guy is still a god. He is the consolation prize you want to get if you can't pull any of the Burn the Witch characters before the 25th step, because just look at what this guy has, right? He inherited what 1000 Year Blower anime Ichigo and Uryu had when he came out, by having Frenzy +1, Berserker 60, 100% pure damage, and Pierce Iron Skin. So for IT, this guy was already a must-have as a whole. And to top it all off, he also picked up 30% melee damage in co-op quests, and this guy actually hits harder than 1000 Year Blower anime Ichigo, which is something I kind of overlooked. I thought Ichigo would hit the hardest because of Frenzy +2, but I was wrong because of this skill and the melee damage. It's stupid. Like, literally, he had Berserker 60, and on top of it all, he even had the Power Droplet, Power Link Slot Potion, and Super Power Link Slot Potion skills. So he was the ultimate farmer for speed. You bring this guy into IT, he's perfect. You bring this guy into Droplet Zone, he is perfect. You bring this guy into IZ, he's perfect. You bring this guy into Epic Raids, he is perfect. He is a god, and is just able to do so much damage as a whole. It's crazy. He even has Guard Break, no Marauder, which is a bit unfortunate, but like, it's fine. This guy's basically meant to be used as a farmer, and he works out nicely for it. Also, he's immune to fire and has Burn +1. And look at his kit. 3k length beam, 960, 1200 radius SA3. Basically the same kit as 6th anniversary Aizen without the homing vortex, and he aged so well. He is a fucking god, and I love him for that. I definitely cannot wait until I get this guy 5-5, but like, he is definitely the best consolation prize to get from the banner, besides 6th anniversary Aizen and the 7th anniversary Ichigo. He's just that damn good. Maybe not so much in Guild Quest, because when your side units inflict a status element, he is going to lose the 100% damage. So in this case in particular, you just want to use 1000 Year Blower Retsu, but still good, definitely. Ishin is going to be the brave battle character of the banner, just by having Flurry +2, Bruiser 50, Prevent Lasted Survival, has the 50% damage reduction when at half stam only, can ignore Brave Battle invincibility, and prevent Brave Battle healing. So yeah, he's basically meant to be used in PvP. He does have Soul Reaper Killer and not Captain No Affiliation Killer, as a matter of fact, but for what he is meant to be used in, it works nicely. He is able to go toe-to-toe with Yamamoto just fine if you guys have this guy at 5-5, and the fact that he's premium too is just good, like really good. And once you inflict laceration with this character, he gains a 60% damage to lacerated enemies, which is pretty darn amazing. Like, you cannot go wrong with this character as a whole. And even outside of PvP, you can use this character just fine for autoing point events, because he has guard break and long reach of 20% with Sprinter. And guess what? For GQ, you're going to see a good rise in value with this character. He is currently one of the harder hitting melee Soul Reaper killers that is a Nat character, as a matter of fact. And with the new very hard GQ difficulty coming this October, yeah, you're definitely going to make a solid use out of this character. Kit doesn't matter, but like, he has the Suction Vortex, 800 AoE, full screen SA3. Yeah, just a solid kit. And like I said early, this is literally what we have in terms of melee Soul Reaper killers, right? You're going to want to use this Ishin for sure. Him paired up with Oetsu, who got his resurrection not too long ago, is going to be the best pair to go about it. So yeah. And then these next three characters, you're just going to mainly be using them as links, but besides that, nothing else. But Gantenbein, he is a power link slot potion link. Really good, because you can further increase the link slot potions that you get with Mila Rose, who is a +10 link slot potion farmer. You can use him for Tensa, and you can also turn any one of your speed characters into a power link slot potion farmer. So you can even turn the likes of 7th anniversary Uryu, Macy, the 3rd anniversary Ukiora into a pot unit, even 1000-year Blower Retsu, which is actually damn insane. You cannot go wrong with it, but his kit, nothing too crazy. Like, what does he have? Okay, 625 AoE in front, so basically 750 without Havoc. Seems like he has a lunge and then SA3, what is that? Like, he doesn't even have a full screen. Oh, it's White's SA1, but as an SA3. Yeah, he's bad, and he only has 40% Berserker. Yeah. Shuhei, on the other hand, also just a link. Damage to drained enemies of +35%. He's pretty damn solid for White. You cannot go wrong with him. But as a character, nothing too crazy. Frenzy +1, Berserker 40, Soul Reaper strong attack damage of 20%. He can buff your teammates. It can be useful in epic raids. Even an extra 40% damage to status summon affected enemies. And yeah, but the kit ain't the greatest. Yeah, Suction Vortex, 750 lunge, I think. Kind of a weaker lunge too, huh? Full screen SA3, nothing too crazy, that is all. Yeah. Yeah, and Stark, he's just a full stamina damage boost, 30% link, nothing too crazy as a whole. But besides that, a 3-way split SA, Vortex into pushback, full screen. Yeah, that is all. Those are like the only 3 units you kind of don't want to pull, but you can use nicely as links. And that's about it for this banner. I have to be 100% honest with you guys. I personally want to save for Asnot, but I will see how these new Burn the Witch characters perform. If you guys are planning to summon and you guys, I don't know, want me to showcase the characters with your best possible links and accessories, do let me know. You can hit me up in Discord and we can talk about it from there. Personally, I don't feel like summoning. I actually do not feel like summoning on this type of banner in particular. Like, the characters are good, but I just don't think they're as good as the Parasol Burn the Witch characters that we got from not too long ago. But the banner fillers are definitely a lot better for sure. Like, they definitely do provide a lot of value, and having these fillers overall compared to the previous Burn the Witch fillers, it's actually so much better. But yeah, let me know if you guys are going to be summoning or not. So yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. This has been your boy, the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. So, peace out, lads. Bye. Sayonara.